to say the least. Now, obviously, everyone is paying attention to the political trajectory of this moment of Marjorie Taylor Greene. As Jen and I have said repeatedly, I don't trust her, but I respect her game. She plays it well. She got the View ladies to cackle like seals in her approval. Wonderful. Put your money where your mouth is. What actions are you going to put forward? Well, it turns out that Marjorie, unlike somebody else in politics, wink, wink, actually drafted legislation and put it forward on the behalf of the working class of the United States of America.
Dear fellow Americans, I'm introducing a bill to completely eliminate the H-1B visa program, which has been riddled with fraud and abuse and has been displacing American workers for decades. There will only be one exemption in my bill, and it will allow for a $10,000 per year cap on visas issued to medical professionals like doctors and nurses who provide life-saving care to Americans. However, even this $10,000 per year cap will be phased out over 10 years to allow us time to build our own pipeline of American doctors and physicians. My bill will also restore the original intent of the visa, for it to be temporary. These visas were intended to fulfill a specialty occupational need at a given time. People should not be allowed to come and live here forever. We thank them for their expertise, but we also wish them well so they may return to their home country.
Now, when I was a teenager, had a few different jobs. One of them was in a bagel shop. And one of the gentlemen that was one of the bagel rollers was from Egypt. He was here on an H-1B visa. And he would take the money and send it home to his family in Cairo. He knew what he was here to do. He was here to make his money. And at the time, the exchange rate, maybe it still is pretty good. I'm not 100% sure. But this is what he ultimately ended up doing. There is waste, fraud, and abuse in any system. There is no question that right now, the biggest reason we are faced with this problem, with the H-1B visa crisis, which is attracting people from other parts of the world, most specifically India and then China. And what do they have in common that they don't have here in the States? Smash that like button, guys. We really appreciate it. We just got to 800 live viewers. We're not even 1 hour in. Let's get to 1,000 viewers before the night's out. Let's see those likes up. We need them. Appreciate you all. I advocate for a tuition-free public college and trade school system. Based on the amount that it would cost, it would be about 1%. That's right, 1% of the current budget that we have. That's it. Did you know that for every dollar we invest in education, in trades that the country is in need of, $7 goes back into the economy? The only reason that we do not have this type of program that is universal in other parts of the world is because when you bring in people from countries like India and China, you can hire them for a lot less money than you would if they were here in the United States. This, above all other reasons, is why Elon Musk is at the forefront of advocating for this program. Yes, the workers are more skilled than they are here, but that's on purpose. We do not want a highly educated and well-knowledgeable workforce, because then how the hell else are you going to convince the average person to do a career, not a part-time job for maybe a few years, but a career at Amazon or Walmart? When your opportunities are limited, this is how you get here. This is how we are here. It's pretty obvious. So Marjorie, I salute you. Oh, I love the uneducated and I love the unhealthy. It sounds like me, really. It really does. But Marjorie's doing good work. Got to give credit where credit's due. But again, even if it is for political opportunistic purposes, hats off. Because unlike other people with large platforms, her actions are speaking louder than her words.
My bill will take away the pathway to citizenship, forcing visa holders to return home when their visa expires. In order to build our pipeline of American doctors and medical professionals, my bill will also prohibit Medicare-funded residency programs from admitting non-citizen medical students into their programs. Just last year alone, there were over 9,000 doctors in the U.S. who graduated from medical school but were left without a residency placement. Meanwhile, in 2023 alone, there were over 5,000 foreign-born doctors who received residency spots. This is entirely unfair, and it's America last.
Now, I would ask somebody who hears this and says, and again, this goes to people that are very left politically, especially when it comes to social issues. I do not believe in open borders, and I do not believe in a world where there is no meritocracy. If there are people that are qualified for this work, then they should be able to learn that skill here in the United States. You know, going to medical school, much less going to pretty much any type of public college, with rare exception, it costs a lot of money. Now, don't you think if we were really America first, not America only, which we're seeing people throw out there now, shocker, but America first, do you not think that there are not tens of thousands of doctors lying in wait, nurses lying in wait, that would love to have this as their career? If only we had a country that wanted to pay them to learn it because it would be to our advantage. This is just common sense. And of course, it takes a conservative from deep South red Georgia to put this out there. What the fuck has been going on for the past decade that there has not been a rallying cry from the likes of, I'm not going to say her name, but you would think that something as simple as this would be at the forefront of any left populist political movement. Ro Khanna will adopt this, I guarantee it. He will 1,000% adopt this because he's running for president and he's a smart guy. And so with that being said, do I think that this bill has legs? Not at the moment, because she is now public enemy number one to the Donald. And that's going to be a problem in the short term. In the long run, she and Massey will win. But Trump is going all in now to not only stop Massey, but to stop her too.
My bill will help mitigate the shortage of doctors and nurses in our country, the shortage that we face, while at the same time serve as an off-ramp from our reliance on foreign workers by allowing us time to fill our residency programs with American doctors. Now, this will completely end the H-1B visa program in all other sectors in the job force and in the workforce. This is America first. It's time to put American citizens first instead of foreigners first. And this has gone on, and this has been an abuse for far too long. Americans deserve a future, they deserve a chance, and I believe Americans are the most talented people in the world, the most creative, and I want them to have their American dream. Thank you.
She's good. There's no question she's good. And a lady is right. We do need to strengthen our education system overall, but remember, The reason why our education system today is nowhere near the standards that the rest of the world is at is because it's been a deliberate reduction in quality for decades, because multinational corporations need people to work like animals in their factories, if you will. And by not having much of an education, your prospects are limited. There is a reason why arithmetic, home ec, electronics, basic knowledge that one would think they would need to have, that doesn't exist. It exists at certain private schools. It exists in certain charter schools. But I guarantee you, if you went into the public education system today in most places, and this is not to say that this is all about multinational corporations, because it isn't. We have a huge problem with I'm a huge advocate for labor, but I know a shitty union when I see one. And the teachers union sucks. And the person at the top, Randy Weingarten, who loves Debbie Wasserman Schultz for all she's worth, does not give a fuck about education or the students that these teachers are teaching. It is about the careers, very long careers, if you will, of teachers. And yes, teachers go through hell, no two ways about it. But they are asked to do more than they're capable of in many cases. And so to say that this is a systemic problem is an understatement. It takes somebody like Marjorie Taylor Greene, who's got a lot of moxie and a lot of courage, to step up and say, this is what the United States of America needs. And she's right. We do need this. So kudos to Margie. I think what she's doing is right. And we'll see if she gets any traction. I would be very surprised if she does. Like I said, under normal circumstances, I think this bill would do exceptionally well. But the reason it's not going to do too much right now is because the president doesn't like her very much anymore. She's totally insane, really crazy. No, what she's doing is working on behalf of the American people, and you're working against the American people, Donnie boy. We don't need that. We do need America first right now. And that is a revolutionary concept, because it is going to require revolutionary change to have a country in which its citizens are actually valued. That's the big shift that's coming. Politics makes strange bedfellows, but I'm going to play this last clip regarding the numbers with H-1B visas. And this is from Fox Business. So buckle up. This is interesting.
100,000 H-1B visa holders in America. Now, who is coming to this country to take these high-skilled jobs? As I mentioned, STEM fields dominate the occupations, and most of the workers come from India. In fact, 70% of H-1B visa holders come from India. Another 10 to 15% come from China. 80% of H-1B visa approvals are for entry-level or junior-level jobs. That's a little hard to stomach when we hear that we're not talented enough or that we're not skilled enough for these jobs, when you consider that most of these jobs are actually at entry or junior-level jobs. And it's definitely to the benefit of corporations, tech companies that can hire foreign workers, trust me on this, cheaper than American workers. This is laid out, by the way, by billionaire tech entrepreneur Palmer Luckey.
There's so much H-1B abuse. You would not believe what I saw when I was in Silicon Valley. It is insane. It's obviously a program to try and replace U.S. workers with basically slave labor that can't ever escape. The H-1B abuse is crazy.
And that is the nature of capitalism. Pay the least amount for the most return on your investment. That covers everything. Nothing is off limits. Nothing. In this case, we are finally waking up to that reality. And not a moment too soon, I might add. We are living in hell. But the good news is that most people now recognize that we're living in hell. So how do we get past it now is going to be the real question. So we'll see. If you want America first, it requires revolutionary change.